Hello everybody. Today we shall start absolute and conditional convergence. So let us first learn what is an absolute convergence series. So an infinite series summation n is from 1 to infinity is said to be an absolutely convergent series if summation n varies from 1 to infinity modulus n is convergent. Okay, till now we have studied only the positive term series, right? And we did the test for the convergence of positive term series. Now this is an arbitrary term series. It may have positive terms, it may have negative terms, it may be an alternating series. So if the terms of this series are absolutely taken, that means we have taken the modulus of the term of this series, right? We have made a new series, summation modulus of an, that is, this is a series of positive terms. And if this series is convergent, then this series is said to be absolutely convergent series. Okay, for example, consider the series 1 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 9 minus 1 by 16 plus 1 by 25 and so on. Okay, if you want to write this series, the terms of this series are, this is minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1, 1 upon n square. Okay, so if you compare this series, n is from 1 to infinity, right, with this summation an, then an is here, an is minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 into 1 by n square. By Leibniz test, this series is clearly convergent. Okay, and if we take the modulus of the terms of this series, what will be the modulus? It will be summation n varies from 1 to infinity modulus of minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1, 1 by n square. So it is summation n varies from 1 to infinity 1 by n square. And what about this series? This is hyperharmonic series summation 1 upon n raised to the power p. N varies from 1 to infinity, and we know that this series is convergent for p greater than 1, and in this series p is equal to 2, so this series is convergent, and therefore the modulus of the terms of this series is convergent, and therefore this series is absolutely convergent. Okay, now there are some series which are convergent but their modulus is not convergent. For example, if we take this series 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 and so on. See, what is this series? If we write a general expression for this series, this is minus 1 raised to the power 1 by n, n minus 1, 1 by n. N varies from 1 to infinity. It is again by Leibniz test. See, the expression, this expression is monotonically decreasing. 1 by n, then 1 by n plus 1, then 1 by n plus 2. This is monotonically decreasing, and its limit n approaches to infinity is 0. So by Leibniz test, this series is convergent. But if we take the modulus, what is modulus? If we take the modulus of the terms of this series, it will be summation n varies from 1 to infinity 1 by n. And by p test, hyperharmonic series, for p is equal to 1, and this is divergent. So this series is convergent, but if we take the modulus of the terms of this series, it is divergent. So this type of series if summation n is convergent, if summation n n is from 1 to infinity is convergent, but summation modulus n varies from 1 to infinity is divergent, then the infinite series summation n varies from 1 to infinity is conditionally convergent. So what we have studied in the last two examples, the series summation minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 1 upon n square, n varies from 1 to infinity. This series is absolutely convergent, and the series n varies from 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 1 upon n. This is conditionally convergent. Okay. So next we have one theorem. We shall prove a theorem that every absolutely convergent series is also convergent. Is the converse true? If not, give an example. Okay. The converse is not true, as I have given this example. This minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1 1 upon n. This series is convergent, but it is not absolutely convergent by p-test. Right? So we just prove that every absolutely convergent series is convergent. For this, let us prove one theorem. Every absolutely convergent series is convergent. That we want to prove. So for the proof of this theorem, let summation n varies from 1 to infinity is an absolutely convergent series. Okay. Let summation n is an absolutely convergent series, and we want to prove that the series summation n is convergent. So this is an absolutely convergent series. It implies summation n varies from 1 to infinity modulus n is convergent. Okay. Now this is a positive term series. This series is convergent. So by Cauchy general principle of convergence, given any epsilon greater than 0, however small, there exists a positive integer m such that modulus of C. This is convergent, and in this expression all the terms have modulus sign. So by Cauchy general principle of convergence, what do we have? am plus 1 modulus, am plus 2 modulus, and so on. Modulus an is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to n. Now we know by triangle inequality, by triangle inequality, what do we have? Modulus of am plus 1 plus am plus 2 plus am plus 3 and so on an. This is always less than equal to modulus of am plus 1 plus modulus of am plus 2 plus modulus of am plus 3 and so on modulus of an. And all the terms inside this modulus, the outer modulus, are positive. So this and this, both of these expressions are equal. And this expression, see, this number 1, this expression is equal to this expression because all the terms inside this modulus are positive. So this is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m. And what does it mean? Given any epsilon greater than 0, however small, modulus of am plus 1 plus am plus 2 plus am plus 3 up to an is less than epsilon for all n greater than equal to m, and therefore by Cauchy general principle of convergence, summation n is convergent. That means if summation modulus n is convergent, then summation n is also convergent. And what does it mean? That every absolutely convergent series is always convergent, but the converse is not true. That is, every convergent series need not be absolutely convergent, for which I have taken one example, minus 1 raised to the power n minus 1, 1 by n, summation n varies from 1 to infinity. According to Leibniz test, this series is convergent, but this series is not absolutely convergent. Okay, next we shall prove a theorem that if summation n, next theorem, if summation n varies from 1 to infinity is an absolutely convergent series, is an absolutely convergent series, then the series of its positive terms, positive, and the series of its negative terms both are convergent. Both are convergent. Okay, but we want to prove that if summation n is an absolutely convergent series, it may have positive terms, it may have negative terms in between. So whatever the terms may be positive, may be negative, they make the series of positive terms as well as the series of its negative term both are convergent. Okay, so let us prove it. Let Sn be the sequence of partial sums of summation n varies from 1 to infinity, and let sigma n be the sequence of partial sums of summation modulus n varies from 1 to infinity. What does it mean? That Sn is a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus an, and sigma n is modulus of a1 plus modulus of a2 plus and so on modulus of n. Keep in mind, here all the ai's are given in the sequence, not necessarily positive. Here a1 may be positive, may be negative, a2 may be positive or negative. Every term an either positive or negative. It is not necessary that if they are taken with positive sign, then these are positives. Okay, so negative sign can be included within the terms, right? So as for example, a2 may be minus 1 or plus 1. Okay, so sign is included within the term. Now sigma n is modulus a1 plus modulus a2 plus modulus n. Now see, let also consider let Pn and minus Qn. Pn and minus Qn be the sum of positive and sum of negative terms included between these n terms of Sn. Right? For example, let us take an example. Suppose I have a series. Suppose I have 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus and so on, say minus 1 by 10. Suppose this is S10, right? So what we have P10? P10 is a sum of positive terms between these 10 terms. So what is P10? It is 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5, then plus 1 by 7 plus 1 by 9. Okay. And what is minus Q10? Minus Q10 is the sum of negative terms between these 10 terms. So negative terms is minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 6, minus 1 by 8, minus 1 by 10. Is it clear? That Pn is the sum of positive terms between these n terms, and Qn is the sum of negative terms within these n terms. So it is very clear that if we can check that Sn, what is Sn? Now see, S10 is P10 minus Q10. It is clear from this example. S10 is P10 minus Q10. So from this example, what we can say, Sn is Pn minus Qn, right? And what is sigma? Sigma, if we take the modulus of all these terms, then it will be Pn plus P10 plus Q10. See, if I take the modulus of all these terms, it will be this. Okay, then it will be plus Q10, and if we add, we will get S10. So what do we have? Sn sigma n, it is sigma. Sigma n will be Pn plus Qn. Now what do we have if we add both of these? What do we get? Adding both of these, we will get Pn as 1 by 2 Sn plus sigma n, or you can say sigma n plus Sn. And what is Qn? Qn is 1 by 2 sigma n minus Sn. Okay, if we take limit n approaches to infinity, then it is limit, taking limit on both sides, limit n approaches to infinity. Since the series is absolutely convergent, and every absolutely convergent series is convergent, it implies, since summation n is absolutely convergent, means summation modulus n is convergent, n is from 1 to infinity, and summation n is convergent, because every absolutely convergent series is convergent. So summation n is also convergent. And what does it mean? It means the sequence sigma n and the sequence Sn both are convergent. Let limit n approaches to infinity, sigma n is L, and limit n approaches to infinity, Sn is L prime. So limit n approaches to infinity, Pn. Limit n approaches to infinity, Pn is L plus L prime. Clear? And limit n approaches to infinity, Qn is L minus L prime. So the series of positive terms will converge at L plus L prime, and the series of negative terms will converge at you can say minus Qn. So it is minus L prime. Series of negative term will converge on minus Qn. So it will be L prime minus L. What does it mean? That if a series is absolutely convergent, then both the series of positive terms as well as the series of negative terms both are convergent. Okay, but if a series is conditionally convergent, then the series of positive terms as well as the series of negative terms both are divergent. You can see from here, if a series is conditionally convergent, then summation n is convergent, but this is divergent. Okay, if it is conditionally convergent, then this is convergent and this is divergent to infinity. So if this is convergent, summation n is convergent, suppose this is L and sigma and this is infinity. So what does it mean? This is L plus infinity and this is infinity minus L. So in both of the case, the series of positive term diverges to infinity and the series of negative term will also diverges to minus infinity. Minus of Qn will diverges to minus infinity. So if a conditionally convergent series, then both the series of positive terms as well as the series of negative terms both are divergent. So that's all for this lecture. Next we will study in my next lecture. Thank you.